What's going on, everybody? Hope it's having a good Friday. Just finally able to get on. I have no idea. I'm not sure if anybody in our group is getting on today, I think. Or at least not right now. I think maybe potentially later. So we'll see. I'm going to go put on a little bit of a disguise. I think we're going to go check out the city, see what's going on, check out the Pearl. I think we missed King of the Ring, so yeah, I think we're just gonna kind of go from there and see what's what, see what's going on, see what we can get into. I need to get more used to this area. The only reason I even know this area at all, actually, is because of the little tree house on top. Got in a fun little fight there on Barletti's. Well, I say fight, we fled ball. Didn't really fight. Alright. Yeah, let's go to Amesburg. I think I'm on the right way. Can I just go straight? Yeah, okay. Just rotate machine. Break will change into our Yeehaw outfit.
Hello, sir.
Okay. And then Zofia is the only other one. I think that's it. I don't think there's anybody else who needs Telegram. Alright, let's go to the city, figure out what's going on, see the See if the pearl's been fucked with. Otherwise, we'll switch horses. And we'll, switch horses to the one that... Oh, fuck. Panther? Why do I not see it? Or is it the bear? Oh, regardless, I don't see it, so we're gonna run. Yeah, we'll do a quick check of the pearl, quick look around the city, see if there's anything going on, and then we'll kind of go from there. Would like to hopefully run into Chinzas and, you know, kind of apologize for John not being able to be a King of the Ring and catch up with how that went, so we'll see. I think we already sort of predicted that we were going to have lower numbers, and then so we weren't going to probably be able to actively hunt today, so we'll see. I think Jacko and Eva were saying they were having internet problems, so I have no idea when anyone is getting on, or if anybody's getting on. But if not, we'll do job boards. We'll ride around, see what there is, who's around. Maybe play some poker. It is Friday. Maybe we'll have some fancy Friday still happening. If there's people around, I don't. John will be comfortable getting in some fancy Friday outfit. Yeah, I need to switch horses. We'll stay off of his main city horse. Not that I think people have tied it to him too much yet, but John's a little full of himself. He'll think people have. No telegram boy waving. So we'll do a quick check around the pearl. No horses. Doesn't look like it's been touched. Alright, let's go see if there's horses by the Bastille for Fancy Friday or what's going on. One horse there. Is this still King of the Ring? No. King of the Ring was what? 8 o'clock? That was 3 hours ago? Still need to change horses. No horses there. Okay. It's not a good sign. It's not dusty in the city, is it? Okay. Alright, we'll switch horses, and then we're going to go over to Telegrams. Maybe we'll send one to Kit and see if Fancy Friday Poker Night is still happening. She can let us know, because I don't know what else is going on with that. So I didn't see anybody there. I don't think I have Remo's Telegram, but we'll look, and if we do, we can telegram him as well. Alright. How much do we have? Okay. Well, we have a decent amount. Nothing crazy. That's a lot of people with Telegrams. A lot of people I don't recognize at this distance. I don't want to binocular them. I think we might steer clear. Let's go to Rhodes and send it from Rhodes. And they look like probably city folk, but you can just never tell from this distance. John's not gonna be getting. Doesn't want to get got today. Who is that? Is that? Where type band? The rest of them look like type band. That almost look like the Oregon people, Nicky or whatever. What's his name? The blue flat cap. Alright, let's go. That was Saipan, right? I think one of them has the flower that I always confuse for Law. Old John would send a happy hunting tip to Santino, but...
Best game of all time. I'm so locked.
Yeah, I've been RPing on Red Dead, this Red Dead RP server for about a year now. This character in particular since July. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of fucking lore background. I think today's gonna be a little bit of a quieter day. It feels like I think most of our mob family is not getting. That is no. Most of our mob family is not getting online, so I think it's gonna be a rather chill day, at least until maybe later tonight. Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you have any questions about the character, let me know, dude. I'm happy to talk through it. Basically, the quick little synopsis, his name is Jonathan Maddox. He grew up in a American mob family in North Carolina. Mostly a moonshining mob family in the like mid 1800s. His parents ended up running that mob family. There's a couple other pieces of lore that are kind of yet to be revealed about all that, so I won't share too much there. And then once they all died, he kind of took over the business, and then feds came in and basically arrested or killed everyone who was part of the family, and then him and a loyal partner, quote unquote, of his came to the crossing in the server, and that's kind of where it all started. And then some of the kind of known lore between that is the person that he came with, who like claims to be his brother and whatnot, actually ended up betraying him. So like 3 months into the server, the guy that I created this character with ended up betraying him, and fucking kidnapped us with a group of people and took us to the side of a bank and gunned his ass down. So there you go. And we've yet to get our kit back, and the player who plays that character currently is not on Wild, so whenever they get back, I'm sure we'll continue that. Yeah, so I actually used ChatGPT to help hold on to the canon of the character. So I worked with ChatGPT on kind of developing a little bit of the story and all that. Oh, there's an art job. Fuck. Okay, nothing really here. I used ChatGPT to help create a little bit of it. I gave like kind of my idea of what I wanted it to be, and then let ChatGPT help me fill in the gaps, and went back and forth with it a while, and then I use it as like an official canon document. So every like week or so I go in and just kind of drop in any major updates, and then that way if I forget anything, or if I'm like, hey, you know, would John do this thing, ChatGPT can kind of fill it in there. Now we're getting chased. Lovely. course he fell too. Howdy. Oh, fuck me. Of course, TeamSpeak crashes.
Channel switched.
And then crashes again. Dude, what is going on? Rubs ears more vigorously. Come on. Dude, what are we doing?
Channel switched.
There we go. Oh. Howdy, y'all.
Hola.
Hola, amigo.
Hola. Hola, chico. What is your name, amigo?
Your nombre.
I'm Jonathan Maddox of the Bundy Family. How y'all doing?
The family
Hello, man.
in the ciudad.
Sorry?
You are the one who wanted the blue pearl, aren't you?
Yep. That's us.
Che, amigo. Chu are pine. No worrying, chu are pine.
What in the fuck, amigos? You know what? Matter of fact, when we have you here, I apologize for scaring you, but one thing I want you to do is relay to Mr. Bundy. Sandra Bundy, tell him that the cartel from Warma is looking to speak to
See,
him
the
very soon.
Gorman cartel.
Shit.
Short. I would guess he has one of your telegrams.
No, amigo.
I do not think here. I will give you mine. Mine
Short.
is
Short.
ye-
One second. Let me write down.
You can also just come to Warma and find us there.
We are
Most of the time.
I think we were talking about
Chu
doing a
having
trip to
short
Guarma, so maybe we will.
telegrama.
But if you have a telegram, he can at least send it to you, and then maybe we'll make a trip
Sí.
over there.
See,
Amigo.
we could set something up one way or another.
Short telegrama.
See, I'm about to tell him. Give me un
No,
momento.
hymns.
Oh yeah, mine. Are you ready for it?
See,
It's Last Resort 139.
Right, well, there you go. And I will give you mine just in case. Mine is YS687. So, like, you know,
Yeah.
gato slash 687.
amigo,
Okay.
repeating your numbers.
Yeah, 139.
Amor, say your name again, amigo.
Jonathan Maddox.
Adios,
Como
amigo.
pan.
Take care.
We're
Sorry
reaching
for
out soon.
sorry for
Sí, we'll be in touch,
running,
amigo.
but you know, see horses running,
Okay.
can't intend to run.
We'll be in touch soon.
Yeah, sounds good. You all take care.
Take
Be safe out there.
See.
Did you know where your caballo went?
I'm sure I
He's over
can.
the bridge over
Yeah,
there.
he's over there.
I see he's on the other end.
Well, thank fuck for fucking Bundy doing as much business as he does, dude. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh, that is fucking hilarious. Alright, dude, where the fuck did my horse go? Are we so fucking for real? Former cop turned mob member? That's pretty sick, dude. My bad. I'm catching up. Was hard focus on getting away from those guys. And, oh, okay. Hi, horse. Nah. So, like, the nice part is so Jonathan recently became an associate of a mob family inside the city. We run the bar, the Blue Pearl. And before we joined, Jacko has a ton of connections with people because he's such an old character. He's, like, not one of the first, but, like, based on who is on the server now, I would say he's one of the oldest characters that's still active. So he just has hella fucking connections, so thank fuck for that. They didn't want the smoke. Shooting me would have been bad. Because we would have fucking had to raid Guarma. It would be fucking... We're already at war with one group. Why not throw in a couple more wars, you know? there's always the potential we're gonna get in a war with a couple others pretty soon too. So, all right, we'll go to Emerald, and we'll keep it cooked. We'll keep it pushing. We need to send Jacko a telegram about what just occurred. Yeah, exactly. 100%. That's the new plan. Fuck, I'm gonna have to burn this disguise pretty soon if too many more groups grab them in this. I have a couple other Western disguises I can use that are more annoying than this one. This one's not horrible. I don't tire out my horse, because this is like the #1 place to get fucking grabbed. Oh, speaking of which.
Hey, what's going on?
I'm in disguise. How are you guys doing?
Alright.
You guys see the Guarma cartel hanging out outside St. Denis?
What?
Guama cartel, what?
Yeah, they just stopped me, but let me go.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Who's that? Did they give you names?
No names. Just said the Guarma cartel.
What they want?
I think they were just stopping whoever was around over there.
Oh, what
names?
What end of the city?
Right across that bridge, coming out of the speakeasy from the swamp.
Huh. Was you know Julius Bradshaw?
I've heard that name, but I didn't recognize any of them. But they didn't want to give me any names other than the Guarma cartel. That's what they said.
What the fuck? Okay, interesting. They give you like a hard time or something? They tried to rob you or something?
Once they heard that I was with Bundy, they just told me fuck off.
Okay. Interesting.
Very interesting indeed.
They said the bridge by the orange fields.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it could be. Let's get to where we're gonna go. Come on.
Guys, take care. Be safe.
Okay, take care, John.
Lots of law in Saint Denis, eh?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw a bunch of people had telegrams and stayed away, so that's good enough.
Yeah.
Kill them when they approached our territory? Yeah, solo. We can definitely just 1v4. Alright, now I can actually fucking send this. Dude, my heart was racing. I was like, fuck, we're getting chased right off rip. Yeah, I mean, not much we could have done. It's funny because we have been talking about going to Guarma, so maybe we'll have to make a little Guarma trip. I'm curious if Welkin is in that group. I think he is. He's the player that plays Carlo Barletti, which was the mob boss of my last character. We can go to Valentine. It's not bad. I know he's been playing on Guarma characters, so I wonder if he's part of that cartel. I hope he is. It'd be cool to do some more RP with them. And then I don't know how much WildRP you've watched, but obviously that other group I just spoke to is the Ricenzos. They're like the kind of most well-known mob family in the server. Did I get a telegram about a poker game, or was that the one that or are you talking about the one that I was writing earlier? I might have fucking blanked on how my heart was still kind of racing, and I was trying to explain to the fucking Ricenzos about the cartel right there. First time I see the server. Alright, bet. The one you sent? Okay, yeah. So Fridays, there's another bar in the city called the Bastille, which obviously if you played Red Dead you know about, but there's another group that runs that bar and that has the poker table at it, and on Fridays, we used to do a thing, and like they keep talking about bringing it back, and like it never really happens, but it's Fancy Fridays, where everybody kind of dresses up and goes and play poker. So I was just sending a telegram to Kit, who runs it, to see if that was still happening, or what the play is there. Oh my god. Can I please take out my rifle? Can we not run into rocks and get me killed? That would be dope. Yeah, there used to be a guy, his character's name was Kid, and like we would do poker like basically every night. It was sick. But he plays onto this server now. Yeah, dude, we're getting fucking chased by like every pack of wolves, everything. I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. Quickly make this moonshine. I'm quickly realizing I don't have pocket space for this moonshine. Figure it out. We'll figure it out. Problem is, John can't, cause I'd also, like, I'd go down to the Corrigan and play, like, other gambling games, but, oh my god, we are joking. But he can't go in the city with no other family members around right now. We're actively at war. It's easy to get picked up, even in disguise. Point in case us getting stopped by those guys. Yeah, thanks. I have a couple of different playlists I roll through depending on what's going on. I have like a more scenic playlist, I have like a riding around playlist, and then I have a shootout playlist. Anything interesting on this one? Oh, Ansberg? Alright, yeah, so we're just gonna do this one and then come right back and do Ansberg. Hell yeah. So we are at war with a Western character. His name is Daza. I would say it's like a mini war. I wouldn't call it like a full blown out war, but essentially he was there was a prison transport and shit. Hold on, let me figure out how I'm gonna fucking move this shit around. There was a prison transport. Oh my god, if I lose that, I'm gonna tweak. All right, we're good. And he kidnapped one of our people. And even after them saying the whole like, "Hey, I'm with the Bundys," they said we don't really give a shit. Took them hostage, and then Law ended up not complying with demands and did not want to trade hostages. And so they shot our friend. And so obviously we can't just have some cowboy running around shooting our people. So yeah. Yeah, so they shot our friend in the back, in the leg, and we obviously were like, no. And so we had a meeting with him. He actually came to us because we went out hunting for him, and then we went out hunting for him. He heard about it through who knows who, probably somebody in the West when we were riding out. He came looking for us. We had a conversation. We told him that to make it even, he'd have to let us shoot him in the leg, which, I mean, he was obviously never going to say yes to. He said no. He countered with he could give us a gun. We said, okay, fine, but it has to be the gun that you actually use to shoot her. And then he declined that. And so then we said, all right, well, then we're fighting. And then we had a gunfight. It was like an hour-long gunfight. It was actually pretty sick. If you go back in my VODs like 2 days ago, I think, you'll find it. But it was a good little hour-long gunfight. And then we had to disengage because we were out of ammo. We had some hurt people. And so now it's kind of like a TBD type of deal. We were supposed to go hunting for them yesterday. Today, I don't think we're having enough people, so we'll probably hold off on hunting them until either tomorrow or I think Sunday is usually when the most people are around. So, yeah, exactly. It's one of those things. It's like we do it because it's like it's the eye for an eye thing, but like they're gonna say no to it, right? Like there's nobody's gonna be like, yeah, let me shoot you in the leg. And it's always funny because like the way that Jacko or Maba says it, he's like, we did a reasonable request and asked to shoot him in the leg, and I'm like, I like under the circumstances, like I guess it's reasonable because that's what he did to us, but I mean, there's not a world where he was gonna be like, all right, yeah, sure. But funny enough, like I say that, we actually had a situation where one of our other guys was taken hostage, but while he was being like, they chased down one of our guys to take him hostage for something. I can't even remember what it was. And he gunned down our guy's horse. And so we had a meeting with him, and we were like, hey, the only way to make this even is you're going to have to let us gun down your horse, which we obviously thought they were just going to say no, it was going to be the same thing that this happened. But surprisingly, he actually said yes. So, yeah, we got the gun down his horse for shooting our guy's horse. Oh, I have Telegram. Yeah, we were pretty surprised too. We thought for sure like he's gonna be like go fuck himself. But the thing is like our family does do a lot of business with a lot of people, and so like we'll buy bonds and gold bars and stuff that people get from doing bank jobs, and so a lot of the outlaws don't want to fight us. Similar to like that cartel that just happened because we do so much business and we pay like decent prices and whatnot. Hold on, I need to quickly just jot down how much of this has to go back to the family. Holy fuck, I have not sold any moonshine in 4 days. We have 4 bottles for 200. Okay. But yeah, we definitely were surprised too. We thought for sure he was gonna tell us to go fuck ourselves.
Had to shoot at some kids picking through the woodpile. No respect.
But yeah, so a lot of people like they don't want conflict with us because of that. I shouldn't say a lot, but there are people that don't want conflict with us because of that. So then they're willing to agree to what I would consider a little bit ridiculous terms. Alright, we'll get back with Kit. Talk to the family, figure out if we want to do that on Monday. What time is it? I think that's before I don't get on until like 10:30. 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay, I'll let the family know at least. Okay. Let's go do the one that goes to Ansburg.
Morning.
Valentine's kind of dead, huh? I just thought about it. I should have hit the detentions of the yeehaw. Why is this horse here? Somebody get kidnapped or downed? I don't hear anybody calling for help, so. Quick little Ansburg run. I'll be right back, stream. I'm gonna craft this, but I'm gonna go get a drink real quick. back. Alright. Johannesburg. Apologize for the loud ass noise you guys just heard of my fucking dog. She likes to pick up her food bowl and then throw it across the room. It's amazing. It's really fun. Dude, it's so funny that happened because we literally had a full conversation last night about how, like, getting stopped and using the name has worked for people, and then it was like, it hasn't happened to John yet. Well, fucking hell. Yeah, it's been a while, honestly. Even am I going the right way? Nope. Okay, I fucking knew it. It's been a while since I've been robbed on any character. I'm trying to think. I don't think John has been robbed actually. Okay, so the night that John and Dusty got betrayed and we got picked up and gunned down, they did take our guns. So I guess that's the only time that he's been robbed. Although we got those back afterwards, so yeah. So yeah, I think Dusty's been robbed a few times, but John has not been robbed that I can think. Now James was robbed. My last mob character, he was robbed of a gun, and then we started a whole war for our family, kind of on our own, over that gun, which was a fun arc. Basically just like said fuck it. We were not even like a main member, and we were just like, we're all going to war to get my gun back. Just like kind of inserted himself into that situation. I'm trying to think. My law character has been robbed a couple times actually. But I kind of like it when he gets robbed, so I don't have an issue with that. And then my Western criminal character that I don't play very much, he has not been robbed yet, but he's so new that that doesn't really count. John is Aura. I'm not joking, Bart. You'll see when we get into a gunfight at some point. If you keep watching the streams, eventually we'll get in a gunfight. I'm not bullshitting you. I hit it with the Aura farm cam mid gunfight. There's literally a clip of it where like we're mid gunfight and I'm just like quick little Aura farm while we're in the gunfight. Nobody worry. Fuck no. Yeah, so I do have a lawman. He's currently benched. He is currently benched for a little bit. How the fuck do I get dubbed? I need to learn the trails better, but I kind of refuse to. But yeah, my law character's benched for a little bit, just taking a break from them. Law's fun, but like it's hard because I really try my law character to not win. I want to lose. I want it to be like, I want it to feel like kid. The best example I have is like when you play Mario Kart and you know that you can beat the computer every fucking time, but you want it to be kind of close so it doesn't seem boring. That's what I like to do on my law character. But my competitive side in me, it drives me fucking nuts to do that. So because of that, I can only play law in like burst before I start just kind of like getting frustrated. Not so much at losing, but just like, I don't know. I don't know how really to describe it other than like, I don't want to ruin the experience for other people by trying too hard. And so then I'm like, I like kind of tell myself like, all right, let's chill out and go back to a criminal character. Yeah, I mean, I think like, I'll be honest, our law is really good. Like I have not, and I know like that's gonna be controversial to some people, so people are definitely gonna disagree with me. But I've played on some GTA RP servers where the law was like insane at like a lot of things. I'll say that the law characters on Red Dead that I've ran into, most of them are, again, they're gonna be bad apples, right? I'm not gonna pretend that like the entire department is one way, but the vast majority of people that I've RP'd with that are law characters are really good at what they do and make really enjoyable scenes. So it's been really cool to see. They're also held to a like, Law has like monthly meetings. They're held to a pretty high standard of like how of like the RP that they give. Dude, that's exactly it. And I'll be honest, dude. I have not really seen that too much on Red Dead, but I have seen it so much on GTA, where, dude, they think they're actually cops. It's kind of crazy. It's like they think they're real cops, and you're a real criminal because you play a criminal character sometimes, and it's like, what are we doing? I've definitely had that happen in GTA, and I think part of it. And I've talked about this a lot on why I prefer Red Dead than GTA, is I think in GTA, I was actually describing this, I think, yesterday. I think people, because there's not, like, great lore building, and there's not great depth to stories, and a lot of it is just, like, get on, shoot the other gang, and go rob banks, I think that people tend to, like, really self-insert themselves, and it's basically just an exaggerated version of themselves as the GTA character, and it's not like an actual story character. And I think in Red Dead, for the most part, that definitely still happens. I'm not gonna pretend it doesn't happen, and I think like every character has a little bit of aspect of that. But I think you really see people build out and flesh out real characters with their own personalities and their own identities, and people really try to think through like, what would this character do in those situations? And I think because of that, you get a little bit more of a balance between that kind of thinking that you get in GTA, like over the top shit. Let's go there. Yeah, exactly. Like it's like, and I was guilty of that when I first started RP. So I don't necessarily blame anyone for it, but I also think GTA just kind of feeds in, and so that's the way that RP is. Exactly, it's much slower. I think, and I was saying this too, GTA to me is more, it's like by default, just by the way that it looks and the way that it plays, it's more of an arcadey game, right? You're like, it's more of a like, haha, funny, like do it for the content, action all the time type of game. Whereas the way that Red Dead is built, it's just by its nature a like grittier, slow burn, like Peaky Blinder-esque like story to it. Which is why I love it. I love the fact that like Warhammer Cartel, right? Like I just, even like that, like the fact that there's groups, like plural, that all have their own identity and lore, and they like speak a certain way, they act a certain way, they dress a certain way. In GTA, you don't really see that. It's like, hey, we're the Bloods. We all like wear red, or we all wear blue for the Crips, or you know, whatever the name of your gang is. But it's like we all just, and then like everything from our car to everything is one color, and then let's go shoot the other group. And in Red Dead, I just love the fact, Red Dead RP, I just love the fact that like every group really does have some more like depth to them and more lore to them and more story to them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everybody watched XQC, Summit, Mr. K, all that shit, and then they just like, let's all do that. Alright, we're gonna go to the city. We're gonna bank this. We're gonna send another telegram just to see, just to kind of let people know that we're in the city, and then we'll probably go to Rhodes. Actually, we should just go straight to Rhodes. Maybe we'll do that. Yeah, maybe we'll just go to Rhodes. Stay out of the city just in case we're getting looked at. Yeah. No, I mean, that's definitely a part of it too, right? I think you're right. I think that's definitely a part of it. That it is an older game, and this game is a little bit newer, which is kind of crazy because this game is pretty fucking old. I have it on my PS5, and it's funny because it's actually a PS4 game that I'm playing on my PS5, and it's kind of crazy how old this game is. And it looks fucking amazing for, like, I still feel like if this game came out today, it'd be a fucking bestseller. But I agree. I think that plays into it too. And I think too, the rules, while like I do think that there's like, you know, nothing's ever perfect. The rules and the RP etiquette on Wild are pretty good. Like for example, like in GTA, you'll get downed and then people will pocket wipe you, and it's super fucking annoying. In Wild, on Wild at least, like that's that's a rule break. Like that would be considered, like, I don't even know what it would technically fall under, but it's like considered really bad RP etiquette. I've never seen that happen. Usually it's either a robbery or you're downing them, never both. And so it just makes everything a little bit more enjoyable, because even when you lose, you're not just like losing everything. It's like losing as a part of the story rather than just feeling like you lost and now you're completely fucked. And I honestly think, like, especially that aspect, because I know, like, when I played GTA, that was one of the things that would actually make you out of character mad, right? You would lose, and then you're getting your fucking pocket wiped, and you gotta start all the way fucking over, and you're just like, especially if you're, like, a somewhat newer character, you don't have a big bank account, like, that shit was super fucking annoying. Yeah, exactly. It's no reason. It's fucking insane. And so, like, that's what I like about Wild in particular is, like, I've been robbed, right? You lose a couple $100, like, sure, nobody wants to get robbed, but, like, at the end of the day, you didn't lose everything, right? Or, like, you get downed in a gunfight, and that's it. You get downed, you RP your injuries, but you're not also getting pocket wiped and all that shit. I think there's a lot to be said about how that decreases the amount of out-of-character toxicity between people. Obviously, it doesn't make it zero, but I think tensions can get a lot higher when you're fucking feeling like you're just getting griefed, because it's basically what it is at that point. There's no RP reason to be taking everything off someone after you just shot them down. Yeah, and exactly. It's just like, that's not fun. It's not enjoyable for anybody. So, like, typically you'll see in robberies on Wild is they'll take one gun from you if you have two guns, and a lot of times they'll let you pick the gun too. People try not to, and as a general rule, they don't take things that have sentimental value. So if you have like a special gun that like another character gave you, especially one that like died or something, characters tend not to take that. Again, not a rule by so much, but just like that's kind of the culture of the server. And if they rob you, it is a rule that they can't take everything. So like if you have like $300 on you, they'll probably take like 200 or maybe, you know, maybe 250. So it's cool to. It's nice that like the robberies don't feel as shit as a lot of times they do when you play GTA. There you go, dude. All right, I think we're gonna keep it pushing. We're not gonna stop here. 'Cause I don't know what the fuck's going on. Oh wait, it's actually just one horse, and it's just like stopping everything. Okay, that looked worse than what it was. All right, let's make sure that we mark this down. Make sure we pay the boss correctly. All right, fuck, we now owe Jacko 1,200, so. Doing pretty good. Yep. Yeah, exactly, Parker. I agree. I've seen 2 different servers that happened to, and so that's when I honestly stopped playing RP until I found Red Dead RP, and then that's when I kind of fell back in love with RP. So it's not debt. So all of the mash that I turned into moonshine is provided by the family. I don't have to make it. Thank fuck. But I pay back a percentage of every delivery I do with it. Alright, I guess we're going to the Pearl. So every time anytime you see me like go do a moonshine drop and then I go to the bank, I have a little like an account that I keep updated. So he gets I think it's 20%. So I have it in the sheet. Yeah, 20% of every moonshine drop. Now, so a little bit of lore that only a few people know, and I haven't told the stream yet, so a little bit of new lore. John's dad was actually killed because when he tried to leave the mob, he was accused of stealing money from the family. He also knows that the family liked to accuse people of that as justification for killing them if they ever thought about leaving. So he doesn't actually know if his dad took money or not, for sure. He just knows that, and he wasn't ever told what happened until he became the mob boss, and then that's when he was allowed to see the records of everything that took place. And so he has no idea if he actually did or if he didn't, but he would never skim up the top. Yeah, so and he'll he'll never know. And so the more interesting piece is the mob boss at the time that his dad died was his mom. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. I mean, that's valid. And I mean, to be fair, it would be super easy to do because they don't keep track of how much product they give John, so John could if he wanted to, he just doesn't. Because that's just, John's, like, core ideal, like, the thing that drives him is that the structure of the mob, or a mob family, an organized crime family, is what the world needs. John despises chaos, which is why he hates cowboys and the Westerners, because he sees them as just agents of chaos that disrupt order. And John's like, everything he's ever, like, he was born and raised in the mob family. All he knows is mob family. And so, like, anything that doesn't fit in line with that, he despises. And he kind of feels like the entire world would operate better if it was structured and organized in the way that his family was structured and organized. And so he kind of just constantly sees everybody as an agent of chaos that is in the way of him being able to perfect kind of the world order of sorts. Trying to wait for these guys to finish up whatever they're doing so we can grab our tobacco and go turn it in. Yeah, I mean, so he, no, there they go. The Chinzos that we met at the Telegram station. So, like, if you ever watch any of them, most of them stream on Kick. They're great. I fucking love those guys. Actually, funny enough, you remember Versa? If you remember Versa, who played in the CCL, Versa's actually who got me into Red Dead RP. He has a family member in the DeChinzos. He was actually the guy that I spoke to at the Telegram station. His character's name is Carlo. He streams on Kick. His character is in that mob family. And so that family is a actual like Italian mob family. They're like the early remnants of Cosa Nostra, whatever the fuck they're called. Like they're like one of the first families to come across from Sicily and shit. So yeah, he's been RPing with them for fucking years. It's been quite a few years across I think 2 different servers. But me and Verse actually play like Ark and shit pretty regularly. He's the one that got me into playing Red Dead RP. Hell yeah. I guess a couple of things to know. WildRP has its own lore about the United States. So basically the Civil War happened, but it had nothing to do with slavery. So they removed all mention of like race discrimination, any of that stuff from the lore. So it's basically like, it's on their website. I don't remember exactly what the war is over. Basically, nobody really talks about it. We just kind of move on from it, which I think is the right play. But you're not allowed to have like any kind of like the sexism or racism of that era, which obviously is a fucking great decision. But just like kind of understanding how that separates itself, because obviously the core game does have a little bit of that. That was pretty sick, dude. I was actually, it's funny, like I'm not Sicilian, but I was born in Catania, Sicily. My dad was on the naval base. That's where I was born. Yeah, exactly. We didn't get waved at, so. Yeah, that's, that definitely would not be allowed on Wild. It would be the fastest van of their lives. It's funny, it's like a running joke, too, because, like, my parents were, like, lived in Sicily for quite a while, and so there are a few Sicilian, like, people that know me in Sicily. I've only met a couple of times, but just say a couple of them own some vineyards. They're nice people. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, yeah, they're good people. They're good family friends to have. But unfortunately, I don't have any actual Sicilian blood. It's just born there. Oh. You ain't gotta tell me, Parker. No, there's some family friends of ours. They're cool. I haven't actually heard from them in a while though. Oh, some people by the Pearl, or not the Pearl, the Bastille. Holy fuck! Oh, it was just one horse. I thought I saw more than one horse, but it was just one. I don't know who. Is that Taipan? I think it might have been Taipan. Oh, they're going to the Bastille too. Fuck. Well, not that I knew about that. I don't, but that's fucking hilarious. Alright, that one we don't have to pay Jacko for, so we're all good. That's actually really funny, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, we'll go back to roads, see what the job board looks like. Other than that, dude, we're out of mash. Maybe we'll go pick, we can go pick tobacco and just kind of chill. Might end stream a little bit early. It seems like the whole family is probably taking the night off. And if I don't have mash, I don't really have a way to make money, so... Well, let's see. Maybe we'll call it early. At least we got around a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. See what's going on in Bros. If nothing, we'll pick some tobacco because I need to refill my wagon and we'll go from there. Yeah. So, the current drugs in the game. So there's tobacco fields, which I'm going to pick here in a minute. So you can actually roll your own cigarettes. So a little bit of lore, I guess, is John has his own cigarettes that he only gives to people he entirely trusts. That does not currently include the Bundy family, the family that he's an associate for. So yeah, do with that what you will. But you can pick tobacco. There's some tobacco fields right there. And then you can roll your own cigarettes and all that. There are certain like jobs in the game that sell cigarettes and tobacco. One of them is the one like we just did. There's a bunch of those. And then there's also cannabis that you can go and pick. With cannabis, you can make rolled joints and cannabis cigars. There's also cocoa plants that you can go and make cocaine. I don't know the process for it, but I've heard I think it's like 80 cocoa leaves for one bump of cocaine or something ridiculous. But there are people that are Chinzo family is actually one of them that sells cocaine. There's also opium that I've also heard is a bit of a pain in the ass to make, but you can go to the poppy fields, pick poppy and turn it into opium. One of the kind of biggest fights in the server right now is inside the city of Saint Denis. There's Taipan, which is a Chinese organization that runs the gun store, and they currently sell opium. And the Chinzos, who believe that opium is a addictive drug and is killing the city, and so they have a ban. The Chinzos have placed a ban on opium in Saint Denis, even though opium is a legal substance in the server. And so the Chinzos are currently at war with Taipan. They like pick them up and shoot them and all that shit, trying to stop the sale of opium inside the city. An update from last night is that the Chinzos have kind of asked us if there's any way our family would be interested in taking their side in the war. And so currently our family is getting ready to have a kind of meeting to figure out what our stance is going to be, if we're going to have a stance and all the rest. Yeah, so this server, alcohol is legal. Like all drugs are legal currently. The only thing that's illegal is moonshine, and it's basically untaxed liquor. And so the moonshine runs that I've been doing, like that you saw me do earlier, is those are like you're basically almost never going to get caught for. But if you saw when I was at those job boards, there's some that are like, hey, it wants 20 to 3 different stops or 4 different stops or whatever it is. Okay, we're definitely going to do this. Wait, ooh. I can't go to Tumbleweed because of the war that we're currently in, so maybe we'll just go. But like, east to west could also be just as bad. I think we'll just go pick. We'll just have some on hand. But yeah, so if you do the runs, the moonshine runs, they go to multiple stops. Like if it's like anything more than one stop, it'll send like the script will send a law tip to law to let them know that someone's running something and a general location to look for you. And it also gives you as the runner a timer that you have to deliver everything by. So it gives a higher chance that like you're gonna get arrested and whatnot, even though you get more money. Yeah, it's literally this is the second opium war, I believe is what it's called. It's been going on for quite a few months, so I'm pretty excited to see if our family's gonna join. John wants to join. Some lore there is when John and Dusty first moved to the city, they were completely neutral in the side between Taipan and Chinzos. Taipan took their neutrality a little bit as an insult and kind of cold-shouldered them. And Chinzos did the opposite, and we're like, okay, that's totally fine. We'll keep you out of the war. Let's still do business together. Let's still have you guys sponsor our events and all the other shit, which obviously kind of naturally led us to lean towards the Chinzos. And then obviously with John's kind of background in organized crime and the way the Chinzos conduct himself, he kind of already leaned that way. And then the Chinzos, Taipan, used dynamite to like level a boxing arena that the Chinzos used for business, and in the process, it leveled some apartment buildings, killed a bunch of civilians, and John saw that as kind of disgusting to kill civilians in the act of your war against another group. So, all that said, John's leaning towards joining the war, but it'll be interesting to see what the other people in the family say. Backstime for some drama. I mean, shit. Problem is so John, like, as fun as it would be for content and like I think OC like out of character would be fun. John would just like never go against an organized crime family unless they did something directly to like attack him because of he thinks like they're doing the right thing, right? They're trying to control the chaos of the world. So he's always going to see any kind of truly organized crime family as an ally of him and his quote-unquote cause. Now, they gave him a reason. It's a little bit different. Yeah, exactly. I'm hoping everybody gets on this weekend, though. I want to kind of resolve this conflict we have with Daza, or at least continue it. I think last night the other thing we talked about is the next time we see him, we're going to tell him, next time we like have a full gunfight with him, we're going to say, like, look, regardless of who wins or who loses. Let's say we're done here. This is the last one, so we'll see. He might say go fuck ourselves and not agree to those terms, or he might say yeah, let's do it. So. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. We have a few people in our group whose first ever at least one person I know of first ever RP fight was the fight that we had against them. The fight that we just had against them, and another person who I think has only had one other gunfight, maybe two other gunfights, versus Daza and his group, who all they really do is PvP. they have like a lot of story behind it, but they're true like Western gunslingers that like get in gunfights pretty fucking regularly. So like, I'm just saying we might get shit on. I mean, the last fight was 6 of us versus 5 of them, and nobody went down on either side, but. And then we retreated because we ran out of ammo. So, I mean, and I brought like 600 rounds. So, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We do it for the story, but we might get fucked. Yeah, we definitely. It was cool though, cause like, they really enjoyed it, and the gunfight was fucking long, dude. It was an hour-long gunfight, which is like one of the longer ones I've been a part of. It's not the longest, but it's definitely one of the longer ones. Especially for an incident that I would say is like fairly minor. Like not in terms of like how the family looks at it, but in terms of like the RP build-up, right? There's not a ton of build-up to you took our person hostage, Law told you to go fuck yourself, and you shot our person, like. It's a fairly minor story arc for a hour-long gunfight, but it was really fun and really cool. Typically for those, like that length of a gunfight, you'd expect it to be like a lot of fucking RP build-up. Am I fucking just dropping these on the floor because I don't have room? I've just been sitting here fucking picking for literally no reason. Okay. Back to the wagon depot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just we're just picking just to fucking do it. Oh. You going into the events this year, dude? I don't really know what you've been up to. Texas? Hell yeah. Should be a good event. Oh, hell yeah. Alright, we're gonna right here stop and actually behind here and then make all this into ground tobacco. That'd be sick. Dude, I'm carrying so much fucking ammo on me. It's crazy. Gotta be geared for war at all times. Alright, I think we're gonna throw this in the wagon. We'll check telegrams again, and if nothing's going on, we might call it for the night, just because we've been on for an hour and a half. Haven't really seen too much. I mean, we did almost get or not kidnapped, but robbed, so there was that. But if no one's on, don't really know how much we can get into. And I'm out of MASH, more importantly. If I had MASH, it'd be a little bit different. Could do more runs and whatnot. I need to get another wagon. I have 5,000 once you subtract the amount I owe Jacko. But I don't know. I don't really want to spend it on that. I want more guns. Parker, I almost read that message out loud. That would have been a sound clip. That would have been clipped in a soundboard, like tomorrow. I have not played Clash of Clans in a long time. Yeah, no, that shit would have been on Twitter ASAP. Alright, let's put this all in here. Oh my god, perfect amount. Oh, I'm so stupid, it's insane. Alright, alright. Alright. It's just... Alright. Alright. Yeah, I think it's bedtime. I think it's bedtime. What are we doing? Alright. So check telegrams. No, I usually stream for at least another hour, sometimes even 2. Last night it was fucking borderline 3. It's just that, you know, if the whole group is taking the night off, I don't have the supplies to make money by myself, or the storage place to go get the supplies to make money. No poker happening. It's just kind of, there's not really much else to get into. It'd kind of just be walking around the city hoping someone kidnaps me to give me something to do. Which, like, as fun as that sounds, would be, getting kidnapped part sounds fun. The sitting around for the next 2 hours waiting for someone to kidnap sounds really boring. Yeah, yeah. Which is kind of, it's like semi-normal for us on Fridays. Yeah, nothing. Okay. I thought that person was gonna talk to me. Okay. I mean, I think we're just gonna. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. So there's like a running joke that if you go do a quick telegram check, if you get on the game, just do a quick telegram check, you're gonna get kidnapped. There's also a thing called city pace, which is when you walk at 70% speed. It's just like slow walking, but a lot of us call it city pace. I will intentionally walk from our bar, the Blue Pearl, to the telegrams and back at city pace. Just kind of like, please somebody come fuck with me. Give me something to do if no one's around. Right now, because we're at war, I can't really get away with that, because if I did get caught, I'd have to explain myself to Jacko on why the fuck was I walking around the city not in disguise. Nobody fucked with the bar. We fucking did ours for 24 hours, did his for 48. Alright. Oh well, who cares? Okay, nothing there. Nobody fucked with anything? Alright. I'm gonna go, or farm a stream ending. Well, everybody else just does it. I at least tell you guys this was happening. Lean rail smoke. Oh, come on, I know there's one. Oh, wait, there we go. Is it this one? Is that one or is it the... Oh, no, it's not that one. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. So when we're not with each other, we stay in disguise. So that way, and it's more so that way at a distance, people aren't going to recognize us. So if we walk around in our suits, people are going to immediately be like, there's only 2 groups in the city that are, that wear suits on a regular basis like we do. It's us and the DeChinzos, right? So versus Crime Family. So if the group that is at war with us is looking for us, it's going to be pretty easy at a distance to be like, that's a guy in a suit. We should go figure out which family they're with. With us in disguise, at least at a distance, it makes it a little bit difficult. Once they're on top of you and they've got you surrounded, I mean, they're going to figure out who you are, right? But the goal is to at least drags it out a little bit, makes it a little bit harder. But, all right. I am going to end stream here. Let me see if anybody else is streaming RP that I can raid. Oh yeah, there is. Welkin. Oh, that's hilarious because I think he almost for sure is the one who robbed me. Okay, or almost robbed me. Beautiful. We will raid him. Guys, go show Welkin some love. Tell myself what's up. I'll quickly hop in just to kind of say hello before dipping out. Appreciate you guys for hanging out. I will be live tomorrow, most likely. We have a family thing, but I should be on like my normal time, like 10:30. Other than that, yeah, you guys have a great night. Have a great night, Parker.